SMP to Black Stars.
Yeah. Abontina, I will only talk about the Brazil-Argentina game.
Okay.
Nah, yeah, we can Black Stars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Na 3-0.
Yeah.
Hu kakra bi. What dream you will say with me? I said 3 goals without a reply. Now number 2. One so that say Asare and the Messiah started Morocco.
Yes.
Yen can be no money infantini.
First of all, from the point of Asare, and I did a series on Asare on a different network. May analyze the 3 goalkeepers in the national team, and I conclude the one that I feel he was starting post. Do you know, it was a tough decision from the coach, and you give it to the coach for that decision. Atizigi has been in the Blaster since 2018. Atizigi was down under 17, that was down under 20. That he has been in the Blaster for 7 good years. You called the last World Cup, no, so to bench him is a different story altogether. So for Jojo Walcott, he has been in the national team in the last 4 years. Or they go abrochiri. On your exceptional. But at least he has been consistent with the team for all these 4 years. Blasters are born. Now you are talking about Benjamin Asare, from Great Olympics to House of Folk, local Blasters. Yebo game against Chad in Accra. Se Franco Kase ohun se mpanifo ni Yusuf Finansa super. Now after that game, Ghana your performance wa we ne to say. Send your away games are your performance net here. Your away performance in so any. It will say in the World Cup qualifiers, you share Mali in a way. The fact of the matter is that the 2 goalkeepers now you what that are professionals and my exceptional performance. But for consistency, but for experience, for exposure, for quality, for individual leadership on the field of play. Any group or Messiah part of the team for years, no. So we can no years ni boom 4 + 7 will give you 11. And just the 2 goalkeepers now coaches in the bench here, no. Goalkeepers almost 11 years in the Blasters. So for Aside to get a call up, a local Blaster goalkeeper. If you are a local Blaster goalkeeper, it implies that potentially you can be a goalkeeper for the national team. But in away game, nobody thought the coaches would choose Asare ahead of the 2 goalkeepers. Forget about the opposition. Nobody thought. It is for the coach to have balls to take that tough decision against the other 2 goalkeepers. In my opinion, you give it to the technical team and you give it to Otado. It was a tough decision. In the last few years, local goalkeepers are my part of the national team. George Owu, Samir J, Aholu, formerly of Heart of Lions, Fatah Udauda, Stephen Adams, Danlad Ibrahim, Felix Anai, all these goalkeepers, even Wakapubia Yakubia, Daniel J. Local goalkeeper are part of the national team. But in our crucial moment, in our difficult situation, in situation I believe in this Rubebe, Madagascar, Cameroon, Egypt, and South Africa, and Nigeria. But it was an away game, and for you to have confidence to say that no, I'm sticking to this goalkeeper now, I'll give it to the technical team. They did what? It was a tough decision, and you give it to them for taking that decision.
Very tough decision. Ose Walcott and Atizigi will be Bia Eche Asare. But or the Asare the 2. Dear no Phil said no amount the Asare 2. And then number 2. Ose Asare number 1 CC. Now, so number 1 CC. Why?
Okay.
But also more be a chance.
Yeah. You know.
Then Asare number 1 CC.
Okay. You called the 2006 World Cup. I don't think anybody could compare Shila Eliasu to Sameko 4. The gap between the 2 players is huge. But Shila Eliasu had an exceptional tournament. So what you to before the game between Chada, Asemo Kai say at the training grounds, he feel of the 2 goalkeepers. Asare is better. And to me, if you are looking about Asare, until so Obeda call up, he had about 6 continuous clean sheets for House of Folk. And to me, the immediate challenge say, Semitia coach Otado Kaina, and your experience as him. And your brooch as him. He's sticking to form. You can have everything. But be a time no uniform. And for me, the decisions lies on the current situation of the 3 goalkeepers. Why in the form? I think it's the decision of Coach Otado. Because at the training ground, or say, or check the performance of the 3 goalkeepers now.
Oh, training grounds.
Yes. Yeah. At the performance at the training ground. So check the 3 goalkeepers now. Asare form. Asare na or no bomb Monday with training ground. So of the 3, I think the decision lies on the recency or the form of the 3 goalkeepers. And the Bema coach said, no, let me stick to this particular goalkeeper because or form.
Wow. They surprise you,
Enra.
Yes.
I wasn't surprised.
But who can say there is no way before? There is no way.
Yes.
Obechusu Asare ahead of Atizigi against Madagascar. Ewa way. What is so?
Yes, Mekai.
Didn't I say surprise you?
You know, I wasn't so surprised. No, saying it first and what I saw.
What you saw before the game?
Before the game, I still stick to what I'm saying. That I said, me, if I were to be a coach, I wouldn't take that decision. Say me.
And the surprise you say, ordinary tomb, who say Asare number 1.
You know me,
And the surprise you. Yeah.
Well, maybe I'm not putting out the right word.
Now, Musa question. Before the game, now I say there is no way because that match is so important. Okay, against Madagascar away, you share Madagascar's performance. In the Asare, that child they say Namibia. In this one who say Odemua, that's a surprise on them. Number 1 who ya Asare. Also, yam show.
Me say me yam she me say who's all them all.
Oh, sir.
Okay. Me yam
you see, there are times opinion, but the other side they be young.
Okay.
There are times. But if the other side happens, you know, on surprise.
Made a surprise.
And I think that a whole indigenous.
Made a surprise.
Yeah, mean be surprise you because Friday.
Listen, what?
Friday in a ball game. Saturday, how can I say?
Yeah.
Only any justification to drop Asare for the second leg because go no die no. Wanyam from Subia.
Wanyam from Subia and Tessino. Yeah. Chat.
Into Wanyam from Subia.
Okay.
And no more argument. They say. A child near Jidisa child, the goalkeeper crowd here. In Tiaman,
so them
in Tiaman, a chance.
Be risky.
Yeah, no crew, say it was an expensive risk.
Yes.
We are many and the again say, oh, fat 3 goalkeepers now. Sandy so mummy no be biasin Asare no. Me sure say, or person, me who is ampa, or mo be biasin Asare. Pedigree, experience at the national team, international tournament. Asare means exposure. Asare means sura. The only international tournament awada na game awada. Ghana in Nigeria. Chad. The same Chan qualifies you. And at that stage is not there. And it's against Madagascar that I that first, that second. On a neutral grounds. So it was an expensive risk. Okay. But the coach, the technical team, no, they gave us reasons. Reason, no, and yes, and yet they na yes, yes, Accra game. There's an Accra boy, a local boy on the grounds near there in 20 that. But say, any form unti, and nobody in cartoon. Say any form unti. No one making mistake be there. A day in the Abidjan, so I can say, next game be dropping. And indeed, they went ahead and used him. And we and one Simon was here on the number 1. For me, that statement, I wish he had kept it. I wish they in Kasa statement Nanko Jai, but also what kind of planes on the number 1. Say in June, July, that tournament, friendly 4-nation tournament, number 1, sorry. When we come back in September, that's our number 1. I was thinking, say, I ended that Brussels. In Sembio because Asare is the least experienced among the 3 goalkeepers. And no more pedigree near the no. Form, sometimes you can't form your temporal. It's possible Ubeba next game. Na a be Asare form above form. Na tizigini wa so you have a new number 1. Right after saying that this is the number 1, the next game is no more number 1. I think that statement could keep here. But hey, we're reading an energy. He needs to boost the boys' confidence.
Has Asare really been tested? in the 2 games.
No.
No, really.
And on the first ball, or 34th minute.
Look at that.
The first ball. But you know, no, the fact is that if you want a country to test Ghana, the 2 nations are not the country that you want them to test Ghana. But you know, let me put myself into the shoes of a goalkeeper's trainer. Goalkeeper's trainer being so bad, catcher will say, you being able to arrange your defense very well as part of goalkeeping. I know my pressure also.
Okay.
So because say you are right. Say Franco, or ball into one to Shiano. I will get closer to the player. It's your goalkeeper be your only who defenders now be catcher or say we or the mount in Kasayo. Or the man who I hit ball, or the more only confidence. Go no him that yet. But Senka so see what ye who ye chia or near Becassa me who ye nim. Enti goalkeeper no se wo gina po ni ma hu park ni so che obia se player na ekota kill ball a wo na hu na ti se o gina wrong position a wo na o gina na ti eti de no a in the 2 games I agree Yenjia Lukman Yenjia Usimen but we've kept clean sheet until you give it to the goalkeeper as well. Say being able to arrange his defense very well to keep 2 clean sheets, he has done well. But set test there, you know, I said no Madagascar for and then who charge for daddy. We won't near the team that you expect them to test him. But when you pass mark 2 clean sheet, you know, you give it to him.
I think he had 2 balls a test in the kakra.
The second half.
They were diving second half back. We were diving out to me, you know. At this level, such saves, if I say a normal save, at least it did was a one peria ma inside or the conchain, and my it me be clear ball need the free on. So for me, it's very good.
Okay.
It's very good.
Why are there? Asare, Awa.
Sergio. Yes, I was for assembly. Say Allah ki tuka tu makafu.
Can you say that again?
Allah ki tuka tu makafu.
As I say.
Chese nyankopon ono no ka eni frani ebia ne sebia o
True Zavi.
Yes.
True Zavi.
Yes.
I want to get as a man.
Yes.
What's True Zavi?
Allah ki tuka tu makafu. Tuo makafu na chese oni frani o kani tuwa.
Oka True Zavi.
Nyamine kamano.
Nyamine kamano. So who's all in Sazi? Who's holding them, baby?
Sergio Asare ya kan wasebi.
No.
Andi the car say.
You know, I'm seeing that.
The person was chasing Nyamine dinner.
My boy told her that. I'm visa over the tomb.
Nyamine too. I will try.
Okay.
Sergio Asare ya kan wasebi.
Yeah, doko.
Metinin sema like a shame in cry pass.
Yeah.
Said you 2 years ago. Nani na mebu.
Benjamin Asare.
Yeah, no bra.
I see.
That said your indication because he wasn't playing. Said he was actively involved in a different work. Olele and a friend, a man a buy. A man a bay ne rehab kakra. A man opportunity. A Olympics team or beji pool.
Okay.
Now even house of folk now urban kra no the first choice kra. Keepers are now more lining up no more pay. Now initially the first one was Solomon Agbesi of Dreams FC. And Agbesi Pride. They went for Emmanuel Kobe. Now also Bibiani Good Stars. Emmanuel Kobe decided to be with Good Stars.
Okay.
And on buy. Seju quickly Wabeji has goals post no. Why captain?
Yeah.
There he is. Next year it's possible seeing him in the World Cup.
Yeah. Kofa Chan Kakra, Narura Black Stars.
Yes.
Big ups, Enko, Emma, Benjamin.
The story
Asare.
not 10. The story not 10. Within just some few times. And Seju honestly, send na Andia Kikano. World Cup, Adia ye constant ni say ye be kwa obi local goalkeeper. And say Benjamin Asare be timo twice to say ya. He could be the X factor.
Okay.
Ye wo Jojo wa omokoye in 2006.
Yeah.
Ye wo Aholu and then Eji, former goalkeeper of Liberty. Yeah, Sam Adams, Stephen Adams, Stephen Adams of Ediana, and of course, yeah, Dalad Ibrahim in 2022.
Okay.
So possibly
Richard Ofori, joining Black Stars, no Hiva.
Richard.
No, wow.
No, wow
Stars.
No, wow stars.
But I don't know.
No, when your opportunity, okay, said 2017 have come.
I'm going to
They say we share qualifiers now. In September, you be able to. No, October, you able to. You buy the first game, the one against Chad on a neutral grounds. Chad. Now, if you be Mali,
yeah,
and only a Greek. yɛbɔ Mali ni wie a then we have an away game against Central African Republic.
Mali nra.
Ni abɛbɔ
You know
Comoros.
about draw.
Yeah.
I'm in Central Africa. You know about draw. Yes.
Mali.
Yes, Mali in Central
You know
Africa.
where it matters most to be Mali.
Nti wohwɛ a obiara 4 matches a ka obiara home 2
Yeah.
away 2. The good thing for us ɛne sɛ yɛn 2 away no baako yɛ Comoros Chad.
Yeah.
As obiara gye ne points every no. Into wɔ Chad wɔ away a in a way you are more or less sure some 3 away points. Manage your 3 home wins.
Okay, see your destiny good aya.
Oh yeah.
Good to be a
This year was 3 points
qualify
difference. And then away mbebo.
Comoros ni Chad.
Comoros ne Chad mbebo. They say the team were likely to be in second position after my day 6.
most likely say Comoros beko 12
Beko 12 points.
And
Yeah.
yes.
But at the back when no say this competition so mo tie points na a goals difference.
Yeah.
And you head to head
For FIFA.
for FIFA.
Yes.
Into Ghana with 10 goals difference. If for no no Comoros no more +1.
Okay.
Into yes goals. Luckily yes I will nana no much goals next game.
Wow.
Chat.
Okay.
Into ya ho den was
Yeah, but discuss Black Stars.